Hello there everyone, this is Mark 3 and welcome back to Aspera as we continue with our work. As a little experiment and also to kind of show it on camera, I've decided to leave this little hub as a single worker hub until we get as far as the maintenance facility and start to branch it out. Just so you can see the difference, but it's like this area is... it's not overloaded as such, but the worker is very busy. And as you can see, like, resources are building up in the mines. It's just not getting transported around thoroughly. So it's like, it's not, the things aren't running. Nothing is getting done. So, and that's why you really do benefit from having extra workers around the place. Speaking of, I should actually install my first Hyperloop piece down here as well. And I'll pop it right down there. And I'll also install the road upgrade. Oh, hang on. I want it to connect directly to the thing. Otherwise, what's the point? And yeah, as you can see, like, the roads just relay themselves. That double road is just flat out not needed. Unfortunately, I think things are so tight in there, I can't actually get a direct link. So... yeah. Those buildings are too tight together, so it's going to have to be a bounce to get between that and the storage. I'm not exactly happy about that. In fact, since I'm not happy about it, let's go ahead and install a couple of solar farms in this direction. Because yes. And then I'm going to go ahead and actually demolish these two. I know, it wastes a few resources. But this area can handle it. They can just—they've got the materials. They've got the technology. They can rebuild him. They can make him faster, stronger, smarter, prettier, better than ever before. Paint him red, you know, that kind of thing. So it's like, yeah, get those things up, will you? But more importantly, this will clear that side of the spot just to let it actually have the Hyperloop connected directly to the landing site, which is what I wanted. So, anyway, moving on. This Hyperloop connection is still being laid. Materials are flowing back and forth, trying to get things working. But it's being laid by the segment, which I find very interesting. It's like, what would happen if I tried to... no, it doesn't actually have the line connect established as a physical thing that I could snap the Hyperloop link to. I don't know if building a new thing will remove the Hyperloop, but we're going to find out. Oh, was that? It is! It's active. It's active. It works. It lives! It is working. That said, why is there a whole bunch of stuff stashed there? I wonder if that's just like stashing the excess that's going on. But that is a long Hyperloop. And I think that the stuff that's there just doesn't have anywhere to go, does it? Oh no, it does have some places to go. It's just that no one's really interested in getting it there, I think.
Researching upgrades for the factories will increase their yield and lower maintenance costs.
That it will. That indeed it will. I'm just kind of curious why there's a whole bunch of stuff waiting at the Hyperloop. But it's also like, the resource flow from over here is kind of irregular anyway. So there's not much point trying to worry about it as such. Oh good, you've got things going. I think this place can actually get its maintenance center online now, which is a vital step for it. But then I'll have to actually get it, you know, hooked up to everything else. So right. That's all working. We've got a Hyperloop. See, it's only being used infrequently at the moment. But if we look at that, I'm not sure if it's like being limited right now by how often things are being delivered to it. But there is actually a lot of iron ore there, but the drones are wandering around doing whatever. I suspect what I heard might be true, though, that it can only have one thing running around in it at a time, so it behooves me to that end to actually have many Hyperloop stations, just to increase the sheer throughput of the system. But I've not really witnessed it in action enough to know. It's just we sometimes, as you can see, get like things are materials are flowing over, then it goes into thing and then it goes zoop, 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 zoop. So yeah, I think let's play safe. Let's go ahead and build a dense Hyperloop chain to get out to where I want things to be. But for right now, I think let's pop a Hyperloop down here. I mean, this place does have resources. It can actually go ahead and produce that now. Oh wait, except for electronic parts. It doesn't actually have a parts factory yet. It needs that. It can make electronics, it can make aluminium. Yeah, the parts factory is the last thing it needed to get a Hyperloop connection going. And I can now Hyperloop over this away to connect these two together. If I want to do my whole like industrial organization thing, though, I do kind of need to reduce the Hyperloop's length a little bit. Especially if I intend this to be a mainline connection between the two sites, you know? But would that be a waste of the Hyperloop's connection potential? I mean, just look at the length this thing can go. It is huge. Absolutely huge. But if I'm going to disperse the colony, yeah. Let's play it safe. Let's go ahead and build the Hyperloops at length. Of course, another problem is that we can't actually see the connection to an unbuilt Hyperloop station. I wish that was something you could do, but it seems like it's not. Too close to the Hyperloops, no maintenance. Too close to Hyperloop, no maintenance. Seems like it's going to be... Problem is we're getting out into the unscanned territories now, pretty much. But the connection link's almost done. It's almost there. We just have to accept that it's not quite there. You know? If that makes any sense. It probably makes more sense than I think it does. Right. But the other thing we need to do is we need to get another Hyperloop connection laid in. My thought is like I'll use a triangle and then I'll have a factory district like down here, and it'll be off the main traffic route for anything that's bouncing back and forth across the my territory. But it will not. That means it won't get in the way of any of that, but it'll have multiple accesses going into it, and then that's how I'll run a factory section. The problem is I just need these things built just so I can see what the hell I'm doing. So it sounds like I need a worker line, at the very least, to get things operational. Yeah, something like this. Just like, I know. I'm spacing things out really far, but this is like... This is the boonies, Mark II. This is the hinterlands. It's like... This is about as far out of the way as we can go. And that's why I'm trying to do it like this. But I'll also, of course, need the power connections out here, too. Because we've got to maintain power. And I think that... Maybe I should have the maintenance stations at the hyperlinks. Let's see, how big is it? One of these can maintain enough of a stretch can maintain 5 structures in a stretch range like this, actually. That's pretty darn good. That is pretty darn good. I also admit, like, I was hoping for more. A little bit more on the connection side of things. But things do go through the Hyperloop very quickly, so that's why I'm building it like this now, just like a chain. Get things out there. Oh, you're short on power? Can't have that. Also, maintenance. Why have you... Oh, I think it's because maintenance did operate, but then the lack of vehicles and things is causing trouble. So yeah, this place just flat out needs upgrading to full capability before it can truly contribute and actually get itself working. The Hyperloop is almost ready in that section. It's just there's no Hyperloops ready to connect to it. So, it's a work in progress, darn it. It's a work in progress. Very much so. Factories level 2, thank you. Me build better factories for yes. Because that is a good thing. What should I do though? Should I get I don't need the more spaceports, but that will give me some more options. Let's get the space mirror array so we can start raising the planet's temperature. That sounds like a good idea. And honestly, this area is so inefficient. I wish I had built the extra workers down there. But I just didn't. Also, yeah, Hyperloops, one of their issues is they require so many parts. And I think placing them, pre-placing them would be, again, I know I'm repeating myself a little bit, but it would be better if I could see the connection lines to try and place them. Like this is saying too close to a Hyperloop. So if I pull it back a little bit, it goes like to there. Okay, then I've put it that way, it's there. I seem to have actually managed to hit on it, so it's like, it's going to be here, isn't it? Yeah, that's about it. And that should be equidistant between those two, so that's okay. That's roughly okay. Hello, little flyy thing. That should be good, actually. That should be great.
This mirror array will heat the poles and raise the planet's temperature efficiently.
Indeed it will. Yes. Now, this is a factory zone. It's going to have a bunch of production going on. Fleet of mirrors launches the poles to raise planet's temperature. Thank you. Let's go for greenhouse gas imports. Import greenhouse gases from Earth. Earthian skies were not scorched in vain. Yeah. Let's just suck in the Earth's atmosphere and send it all to Mars. I'm sure that'll work. But yeah, anyway, sorry. I want to get multiple worker hubs on here. Because I'm also going to build my first storage center on here. With direct and quick access to that. Additional worker hub there. Yes, it's a little bit further than it'll get a road connection. But I'll pop it there. Now for power, I'm going to give it its own local power grid, so I'm going to give it a battery. And I'm also going to install a solar farm. Oh, hello. Sorry. Fine. Dr. Foster, hello.
Amy, this is Houston.
Go ahead, Dr. Foster.
Mars's orbit is intersecting comet debris soon. Expect a meteor shower shortly.
Should I anticipate damage at the base?
Yes, you'll need to stay alert until Mars builds up an atmosphere to counteract the meteors. For now, you should take precautions to keep damage to a minimum.
Okay, production buildings, I would say. Power supply, I'm not really backed that up yet, but we are getting batteries.
The base must be ready to receive the colonists. I will secure the production buildings necessary for their survival. I will need to have enough repair drones to fix damage immediately.
Sounds like a good plan.
Will this jeopardize the mission?
No. You'll be able to fix whatever damage may occur. This is only the first of many challenges you'll face. But you are equipped to respond and adapt to any situation. I made sure of that.
Roger. Thank you, Dr. Foster.
He was...
Well, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
Houston out.
He was so careful in my design. He worked so hard in producing me. So, you know, it's like, I am in a way his child. It's like, really great. Let's see, I need a... Let's install a scanner here. And that'll be... Actually, what's the power link like? The power link is... Non-existent, but it will bounce that way, so that's okay. I just need to install power to reach these facilities along here. Actually, that'll make the bridge just there. So that one there will not supply that one, so I need another bridge like around here. And then I'll install a new bridge like here. And oh, ouch, look at that road. It's just like, it goes along here, then it bounces back and comes up this way, where there's no reason to. It's so weird sometimes, this thing. But yeah, let's prioritize that to get the power up. Prioritize this. I think prioritizing the power is a very useful thing, just because it lets things get done, you know? It lets the drone hubs power up, it lets the workers help with the commute, it lets things really start to kick into gear. Speaking of kick into gear, this place really does need to kick into gear, jeez. Let's see, where is it? The worker factory? Worker factory. There, and prioritized. You are producing everything, you've actually got your Hyperloop up. There's just no Hyperloop link yet. Oh, there we go. We've got a couple of things going up now. So, right. Hyperloop connections. You can connect to there. You can also connect to there. Okay, that's connecting to there. I don't think still that I can connect this one to here. This is 300 kilometers away. But yeah, that thing's not built yet, so, you know, it's still in progress. Oh well. But anyway, yeah, this area requires a maintenance hub, which is going to be...
Earth's excess of greenhouse gases
I'll cite it
is
there.
a big part of why this mission exists. So it seems fitting that we import some of those gases for use here on Mars.
Yeah, I mean, that's trade, isn't it? It's like a resource that's in abundance can be used to alleviate a scarcity somewhere else. Also, how is that going? This is struggling for electronics, actually. Yeah, look at the resources though. They're just going into there and then it's going zoop straight off to wherever. Same with the parts. It's this short hyperloop link is functioning far better than the long one. I mean, don't get me wrong. That long one is okay for what it needs to do. It's helping a lot with stuff coming from the sites up here all the way to down here, but it's like it's not really needed. It's not needed more than it currently is doing. Though I admit, it could use some extra upgrades on the routes, though. I mean, yeah, any resource I spend on upgrading the route is going to be... It's going to be lost when the area floods, but it will help make things more efficient in the meantime. So I might as well spend the resource. Also, I can upgrade this road again, can't I? I can. Yeah, because I unlocked superior roads. Okay, I can now import greenhouse gases. Let's get the aerobraking going as well, and then we can just continue with that. And this area is looking good. Here comes the improved road. Oh, the improved road is shiny. Very nice. Very nice indeed.
The first of many challenges. It is an annoying distraction from the mission, but easily fixed. If only it were me and Mars.
If only it was me and Mars. If only I didn't need the flesh bags and the humans. Oh well. Not much to be done, honestly, about that one. But, yeah, things are working okay. I mean, the humans have helped develop me quite a bit, so I don't mind. I kind of want to get an areological scanner down here as well, I also must admit that. So, let's do that as well. I mean, this entire area is still in the planning stage. Oh, the meteor shower is now approaching. It is... There's one coming down here. There's one landing right on here. Anywhere else? Seems to mostly be scattering north of me. And some in the area I'm planning to move through, but okay. This shouldn't be too bad.
Aerobraking a methane asteroid will be a great method for producing CO2 into the atmosphere.
Blew up a worker hub. Yeah, I only lost one structure to that. That was actually just fine. I didn't have an issue with that at all. Also, what are you short of? You're short on parts and steel. You're not running dry, are you? I don't think you are. I mean, you've got maintenance going and everything. It's just, like, really slow. So, yeah. If you're going to found a little bit, don't do that. I've shown you a great example of what not to do. And I think I need a hub producing... Yeah, I need a hub flat out producing electronics ASAP as well, because my electronics production is really struggling a bit. Airbraking unlocked. Unlocked wind farms. I can get more advanced mines, like I can max the mines out. Which is, what's this doing? 7... I mean, it's just like more, well, a lot more aluminium and steel, actually. But I'm working on my steel factory right now, so that's fine. And it reduces it down to 5 souls, so I think a level 3 is like twice the speed of a level 1. Quite a bit more expensive, also requires several times more power, but it's also tougher as well, so that's potentially a good thing. Maybe I should This takes chemicals and produces greenhouse gases. Maybe I should just research the next biotech level. Or the next space level. Yeah, let's get the next space level. Up we go. We're just progressing towards the future. Hi, Dr. Foster.
This is Houston. The meteor shower appears to be over.
Cool.
Please give us a status update.
Status report. Confirmed success, yeah.
My plans did not work out exactly as expected, but the results are positive.
We're just fine.
The base is secured.
Don't worry. All you need is more experience. You will do better next time.
Next time?
Until Mars builds up an atmosphere to counteract the meteors, you may be encountering these regularly. You cannot let this derail the mission. So stay alert.
Roger. I
I mean,
understand.
that didn't hurt me at all. I don't mind.
Back to your terraforming duties then. Houston out.
Hello, Valentine.
It's working! I can't believe the dry ice caps are starting to sublimate. You were right, Amy.
Oh, they've disappeared.
Using the microsuns wasn't our only option.
This method took a lot longer, but we achieved our goal without harming the planet.
It did. It took a lot
Sure
longer.
it will pay off. Amy!
Oh.
What's happening? Did you hear an explosion? On fire!
Elia, you're breaking up. Say again, Elia.
Amy! Copy! Amy! System's failing! Help! Please! Amy!
And something happened. Look at that. Lots of stuff is damaged or offline or barely operational. It's like a whole bunch of stuff just, yeah, explosions and fire and things like that. So that's one of the events in the story. We are almost to the point where my knowledge of the storyline ends. But it's like, the first time I came across this, it was like, ooh, something happened, hostile. Oh dear. And the thing is, though, something's happened, and yeah, things are, yeah, everything's furbar at the moment.
How could so many buildings fail all at once? This is a serious
This is
problem.
a very serious problem
It is
indeed.
suspicious that all these individual systems failed at the same time. Could it be a systematic failure? Or caused by someone?
So yeah, this is a bit of an unknown event. I'm still not sure what the exact answer is to this. Hi, Valentine.
Amy? How's everything up there? Are you okay?
Status is all clear. My systems were not compromised by the past events.
Oh, good. That's a huge relief. It's been a stressful time here in the colonies. Everyone's been on edge. We all knew the risks coming here. But having the life support systems fail on us, even briefly, was a harsh reminder. What's killing me is that we can't be sure it won't happen again. Not until we figure out what caused it in the first place. Has ISA spoken to you about?
It's amazing that even through all the sabotage and things, they just keep on churning out technology. It's like, well, they know what's important. They are continuing to try and work out. You know, I will unlock wind power.
Failures yet?
Not yet. But they engineered the systems to withstand Mars's conditions through all the terraforming phases. Perhaps they will have more insight into the problem.
We have to figure this out. The colonists are scared.
This will be my highest priority, Elia. I will work with ISA to examine all the data.
All right. I'll try to distract the colonists by focusing on rebuilding. Good luck, Amy.
Dr. Foster, what have you got to say to me?
Amy, this is Houston. Radio check, over.
Radio check confirmed. I am just pausing time because I am ignoring you. I am far more interested in Martian wind. Yes. You know what? Let's go for the level 3 mines. Yeah, let's go for that.
Houston, I read you. You are coming in okay at the moment.
Roger. We've been examining the data from last week's system failures. Every single building was operating perfectly up until the moment before last week's system failures. And there was zero indication of any impending malfunction. Can you walk me through what happened?
Of course. When the alarm was triggered, I found the buildings in a failure state. I sent repair drones immediately to the buildings. The drones reported extensive physical damage to the buildings and the production lines, enough that it caused the shutdown of several factories. The damage was not consistent with any weather patterns in the area, nor were there any other physical causes we could identify.
Roger. So you haven't been able to identify the cause yet?
Not yet, but Elia has already initiated an investigation.
Condition CO2 trapped in polar caps of Mars has been liberated. Conditions are right for stage 2. Create an atmosphere by releasing the CO2 trapped in the regolith. Keep it up with the plan and terraform Mars. We will terraform Mars. Mars doesn't get a say in the matter.
She is gathering testimonies from the colonists and will share her findings.
Do you suspect that the damage was caused by a colonist?
I'm still not shaky on this one in story point actually, but every time the colonists have been fine for years at this point, so espionage is the logical one for me.
I understand
Every time.
ISA evaluated the colonists thoroughly before their selection for the mission. But it is possible that an Eastern Coalition sympathizer could have slipped through.
Well, your logic is sound, though it's a grim thought.
It could be a solo operation, or perhaps a group of them. I do not know yet.
Continue your investigation, and inform us immediately of your findings. I hope you're wrong, but I will work with my team to dig through the footage with your suspicions in mind. Houston out.
That takes care of the dry ice on the poles. And I did
Okay.
it without using any nuclear missiles. Being able to complete the mission without damaging the planet is a great achievement. The next milestone is reaching an atmospheric pressure of 300 millibars.
The thing is, I'm still in a low power state. I mean, the hyperloops are still running okay, but a lot of hubs and things have shut down. This has me concerned. Though, as you saw during all that, I was also starting work road upgrades on this area. This is my first permanent settlement area, if I'm going to be honest. Everything else so far has been temporary. But this section is going to house steel production. That's my plan for it. Oh, hello, Dr. Foster.
Houston here. We have confirmed the disappearance of the polar ice caps. Terraforming Stage 1 is complete. Congratulations, Amy. You have made incredible progress. If you continue raising the planet's temperature, you'll trigger the release of CO2 trapped in the deep regolith. You'll need to raise the atmospheric pressure to 300 millibars. That'll make living on the surface much easier for the colonists.
Let's get input on raising the pressure. Pressure is an important one. It'll start the condensation of water. Actually, no, tell me about temperature.
What are your thoughts on raising the temperature from here?
You have been doing great so far. If anything, you could look into some faster methods. There's some special projects in your tech tree that may help, though they'll need a lot of research before you can start them. Well, work together with the colonists on that. Whatever you decide, just make sure to take everything into account. The mission depends on it. Keep up the good work. Houston out.
I'll do my best, Houston. I am literally born to do this. As you see me slapping worker hopes into that lower colony, it's
Mother's attention is centered on an impudent child who wishes to claim her garden as theirs. But from her infinite store of knowledge, Carmine will awaken their mind and show them the truth. On Mars, everything comes from Mother.
Invalid voice recognition. This message is in violation of security code 1A3972.
She provides protection and comfort to all her creatures. She unleashes misery and suffering to all her enemies.
This is ISA speaking. Identify yourself, or you will be considered hostile.
Leave now, or you will awaken her rage that is beyond your control.
This is your last warning. Identify yourself immediately. Huh. The communication cut off. Was that a threat? Who is Carmine? Where did that come from?
Okay. And with that fun little thing, I'm hitting the pause immediately because everything is still basically shut down. My power system got completely knocked off kilter there, didn't it? It's still basically in a complete state of meltdown, so it's like, yeah. But a lot of stuff is actually getting close to collapse too. Like, I think I should prioritize this area and try and get some power hubs going, things like that. I really needed batteries too. I should have reinforced my power before this, but right, I wasn't expecting this to be quite as devastating as that, but it's still, yeah. Anyway, I'm afraid that's where we have to end it though, on a threatening message from Carmine. I mean, I don't have any clear conclusions about Carmine at all either. Like exactly what Carmine is, where Carmine came from. It's totally a techie Chinese conspiracy. Yes. But, well, actually I don't know that for sure. That was just like guessing. So, yeah. My knowledge of the storylines does still extend a little bit further, but as I said, I don't know anything conclusive where it's going to be. But until then, this has been Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying the show, and I'll catch you all some other time as we try to keep things going in this area. Wait, is steel production down completely? Kind of? Let's prioritize that then, get it rolling. But yeah, see you all later. I'm just glad I was reinforced so much that it's like things are... I'm not short on food or water or anything like that right now. The colonies are okay. The colonists are still alive. Sort of. The colony's in kind of a rough state though.